If I ask her to hang out, it's more than likely that she's out here being an activist, and she's too busy for us because she's championing for all of us. So it's my honor to present actually one of my people from the 2019 Who to Watch list as the activist, Raquel Capellan.
Yeah.
Get on up here. It's cold, everybody. Put your gloves on.
Thank you, Lisa. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Can I get a better and louder good morning?
Good morning.
Great, thank you. All right. As Lisa introduced me, I'm Raquel J. Capellan. I'm a local community advocate / activist. You know, some people have a negative connotation with the word activist, so, you know, whatever floats your boat and whatever you want to refer to me as. All right. So, just a quick intro. I was born in New York, but raised in Reading, so I'm more familiar with this city. Went away to college for 4 years and then have been back for about a year and a half, almost 2. There's a lot of familiar faces in this audience, but regardless whether we all know each other or not, we are all directly or indirectly connected somehow. And that is always a good reminder every single day, not on just days like this. So, as to get to my speech, excuse me while I take my glove off.
Two gloves.
Thank you.
Teamwork.
Makes the dream work, that's right. All right. I am Raquel J. Capellan, community advocate, storyteller, and empathizer. Challenges Reading, PA, and any American city face are not only about women. These issues and challenges we face are also about men, minorities, the youth, every single person in this audience, and beyond. The truth in our challenges are found when we come together as a collective unit to face and acknowledge our own baggage. Solutions are created when we become responsible for our own sake, for our own community. I am nothing without every single person in this audience. We are nothing without each other. We all have a proactive purpose within our community. According to the United States Census, I'm part of the let that number sink in, 33% of American adults who possess a bachelor's degree or more. Think about that in the context of this country and at the grand or macro scale of the world. That's very little. That is a factor motivating me, a first-generation college student, to stay and not run away from issues I clearly see occurring in my community. We must ask ourselves the following question: what is our motivation for proactively staying and empowering Reading, PA? Food for thought. My motivation is the beauty I see in all students, especially first-generation students, struggling with thoughts of staying in their own community or whether they should or should not return after obtaining an education that will help them exit poverty. Believing they will not be accepted into college before even applying because of their looks, their lack of self-confidence, financial situations, or more. It is the young girl's dream of owning a clinical practice one day. It is the rappers, poets, and singers who are courageous enough to express their vulnerabilities in front of their peers. It is the woman who transplanted herself in this community because of a calling God put in her heart. It is the entrepreneurs who are patient enough to grow their businesses and families here, which make Reading a more lively and riveting place to reside in. And whoever says that is not the truth, you tell them that's not the truth, and you also explain why. It is a young boy's conflict of dealing with the reality of a split family and having to discover himself on his own at times. It is the voice of the youth who empower this city for the better. A little bit louder for all the people in the back. It is the Laura and Victor Calderos, the Rainy Leonors, the Sarah Chodnovskis, the Alex Roches, the Jonathan Sonokos, and many more beautiful spirits whose voices echo throughout Reading, PA.
Yes.
It is our families. It is us acknowledging our own hurt and removing that, because those are barriers. Those are barriers that we need to get rid of. Another question to consider is, how am I going to serve others on a daily basis? Ask yourself that. When you wake up, how am I going to serve someone else? Whether it's by opening a door as a random act of kindness, helping an elderly person cross the streets, deciding to go for a run and take care of yourself and your mental and well-being and your emotional well-being. Service comes in small and big forms, and it looks different for every single person. So we must ask ourselves that. How will I serve myself, but how will I also serve others?
Yeah.
For me, I serve my passions under the realms of youth empowerment, community organization, media, and let's be honest, for people that know me, they know I'm everywhere and anywhere.
True.
My action call for all 88 and 423,000 people residing in Reading, PA, here, this city, is to own up to and create solutions for their community's most pervasive challenges. One way to accomplish that is to begin loving ourselves first.
Yes.
Rise up when we see another community member in need.
Yes.
And recognize the existing beauty in Reading that has been here since the beginning. Are we going to allow people to tell us that we're not beautiful?
No.
That's right. Are we going to explain how Reading is beautiful and what it is that makes it beautiful?
Yes.
I need a bigger and louder yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Also, I pray we recognize Reading's spiritual, economic, and emotional estates are not where we want it to be. However, we will get there gradually with a collectively positive mindset.
Yes.
I urge us, I'm not just asking, but I'm urging, I'm commanding, I'm pulling you all out to act. Call yourselves out before you start calling other people out. I urge us to replace pride with vulnerability, to move from past hurt by acknowledging the root cause of it, mentoring the youth so they can be prepared in the present and ultimately conquer the future. Now, after me, please repeat these words. I commit.
Even
louder. I commit to embracing what makes me different. Embrace the difference. Again, embrace the difference. As James Baldwin once said, if I love you, I have to make you conscious of the things you do not see.
Yes. Snap.
Even if you don't love an outsider or someone that may not be from here. Love's a strong word, I know that. However, we must love first. And that sounds cliche, but it's much deeper than the context of the surface.
Yes.
Thank you.
Woo!